Why does dating today feel so empty, even though we've never had more options? Because we increased access, but destroyed depth, and that's where the real conversation begins. Chapter 1. Why do men and women think so differently? Why does it feel like men and women speak completely different emotional languages? Every relationship I've seen struggles with this, because biologically, they often do. Neuroscience shows that men and women, on average, mature emotionally at different speeds. Testosterone pushes men toward action, competition, and solution finding. Oxytocin supports bonding, emotional sensitivity, and relational awareness. So, when a problem appears, many men try to fix it. Many women try to process it emotionally. Neither approach is wrong, but both feel invalidated. The real issue isn't difference, it's misinterpretation. When she wants to talk, he hears criticism. When he offers solutions, she feels unseen. So what's the solution? Translation. Instead of reacting, ask, are you looking for a solution or for connection right now? That single question prevents dozens of fights. Chapter 2. Why do couples feel unloved even when they care? If most couples love each other, why do they still feel unloved? Because they give love the way they want to receive it, not the way their partner experiences it. For many men, love feels like respect, trust, feeling capable. For many women, love feels like emotional presence, being heard, being chosen. So here's what happens. She asks for deeper connection. He feels criticized. He asks for appreciation. She feels emotional distance. Both withdraw. Both feel alone. So how do you break that cycle? Ask directly what makes you feel most loved. Don't assume. Emotional needs are not obvious, they're learned. When partners feel respected and safe simultaneously, intimacy returns. Chapter 3. Why does childhood still affect adult love? Why do people say childhood affects relationships? Isn't that exaggerated? Not at all. Healthy development requires two psychological forces: maternal energy, warmth, protection, emotional safety. Paternal energy, structure, boundaries, resilience. When those are imbalanced, patterns form. If someone grew up with emotional inconsistency, they may develop anxious attachment. If someone grew up with emotional distance, they may develop avoidance. And here's the important part. You don't choose what's healthy, you choose what feels familiar. So how do you stop repeating it? Awareness first, then pause before attraction becomes attachment. Ask, is this person healthy or just familiar? That question alone can change your entire dating life. Chapter 4. Why does modern dating feel disposable? Why does dating feel replaceable now? Like nobody stays when things get hard. Because relationships shifted from commitment to consumption. Sociologist Zygmunt Bauman described liquid love, but today it's even more unstable. Dating apps create perceived infinite options. And when options feel infinite, value drops. People don't work through discomfort anymore. They escape it. The moment boredom appears, swipe. The moment conflict appears, replace. So are apps the problem? Not entirely. The real issue is mindset. If you approach dating like shopping, you'll treat people like products. Solution? Shift from, is there someone better, to, is this someone I can build with? Love is built, not discovered fully formed. Chapter 5. Is dopamine ruining relationships? People say dopamine is destroying love. That sounds dramatic. It's not dramatic. It's neurological. Dopamine is novelty, excitement, anticipation. Dating apps, social media, constant stimulation flood your brain with it. But long-term love runs more on serotonin. Serotonin is stability, calm bonding, security. If your brain becomes addicted to excitement, stability feels boring. So when the honeymoon phase fades, people think, I lost feelings. But they didn't lose love. They lost novelty. Can you fix that? Yes. Reduce overstimulation. Limit endless swiping. Limit constant validation hits. Create intentional space. If your nervous system slows down, stability becomes attractive again. Chapter 6. Why do people quit instead of repair? Why do couples give up so quickly now? Because modern culture teaches replacement over repair. When conflict appears, people look for exit strategies instead of solutions. But most fights aren't about the surface issue. They're about unhealed wounds. Abandonment trauma creates anxiety. Emotional neglect creates avoidance. So people trigger each other unconsciously. So how do you stop quitting? Separate pattern from partner. Ask, is this about them or about my past? Repair requires emotional maturity, and maturity requires sitting with discomfort instead of escaping it. Chapter 7. Is love just a feeling? Isn't love just chemistry? If the spark dies, isn't that a sign? No. Chemistry is biological. Love is behavioral. Butterflies fade. Action remains. Real love is showing up when tired, apologizing when wrong, choosing someone on boring days. People mistake intensity for depth. Intensity is loud. Depth is steady. So how do you know it's real? Ask, do I feel safe? Do we repair after conflict? Do we choose each other intentionally? If yes, that's love, not fireworks. Foundation. Chapter 8. Why do I keep choosing the same type? This one hurts. Why do you keep dating the same kind of person, even when it ends badly? Because the brain prioritizes familiarity over health. Freud explained repetition compulsion. Unhealed wounds recreate themselves. If love was inconsistent, you may chase emotionally unavailable partners. If love was conditional, you may chase validation. It's not conscious, it's neurological comfort. So how do you break the cycle? Slow down attraction. Chemistry is not compatibility. Before emotional investment, ask, does this feel calm or intense? Calm often feels unfamiliar at first, but calm builds stability. Intensity often feels addictive, but addiction isn't love. So relationships aren't failing because people don't care. No, they're failing because we're overstimulated, underhealed, emotionally miseducated, and culturally trained to escape discomfort. Love today requires consciousness, and consciousness is rare. So what's the real solution? Slow down, heal internally, learn your partner's emotional language, choose repair over replacement, value stability over stimulation. Modern love isn't broken, it's misunderstood, and once you understand it, you stop playing the game unconsciously.